Hey guys, Tracy here, Kansas Garden Guy, Summer Pick Farms. What's up? Sunday morning, out here doing the thing. Just got done with some coffee. Got done with a little bit of stuff I wanted to get done in the house first. And I thought today would be a great day. Maybe Sundays do like a kind of small market tour, just so you can guys kind of see the progression of stuff that's grown. So what we're going to do is we're going to start down here in the front section where the pumpkins and the squash and zucchini are. See, we still have some squash and zucchini making it through here. It's on its way out. If you guys remember back a couple videos I was talking about, these things got a little stunted because I had them in the seed trays a little too long, so they're really not getting any size to them like the ones that are a month ahead of them are. So I'm still getting probably a dozen squash and zucchini miscellaneous every week off of these plants. There's not much there. I've pulled most of them out of the ground that were kind of, and so I do have some more, another tray and a half of them sitting over there that are on their 5th day of acclimation to the weather. And here next week sometime, we should be getting these cleaned up, out of the way, the new ones in there. Then the ones we just put in over there about 3 weeks ago now should be ready to fruit. They're ready now. I'm going to be picking fruit this week, I think. So we'll just start off here in the pumpkin patch. You can see we got Pop Pop's pumpkin patch here for our grandson. I don't think we're going to get cantaloupe this year. I was really super lazy getting cantaloupe out because it's something we don't sell. So it's just pretty much for ourselves. So I've got 3 plants. I don't know if we're going to get any, but you know, it is what it is. So, but the pumpkins do look good. We're getting a lot of blooms on these guys now. And so we got the male flowers out. Like I said, first year growing pumpkins. We've got a lot of flowers. Not sure if they're male or female yet because I haven't seen anything. But, you know, we'll figure it out. So they look really good. So not a whole lot to talk about in this area here. Chickens are still doing awesome. One of these days we'll have to do a, everybody seems to like the door unopenings in the morning because it's like letting out all the dinosaurs. It's pretty crazy. It gives a chuckle every time I let them out. But over here, of course, we're like everybody else this time of year. We got our Japanese beetle traps up. We don't have a whole lot in here yet, thank God, which means we don't have a lot of Japanese beetles. But the cool thing about this is you can unseal the bottom. There's no poison. All of the pheromone is in the top there. So they get attracted, they go down. Then you can just feed them, freeze them, feed them to the chickens, whatever you want to do. So what we've got here up here by the tunnels is we've got the first set of squashes. Then we've got the rows of zucchini back there. So let me get you turned around. You guys can kind of see what's going on. Everything's looking really good. Very promising. You can see the flowers there and the fruit. You guys can see it there. Everything looks really good. I'm pretty ecstatic with the way this is going. This is pretty much how our squash and zucchini season grows. We just had the stunted plants, and that was all 100% my fault for holding on to them too long. See, we've got good zucchini. Got one there. That was 100% my fault for leaving them in the trays too long, an extra week or 2 weeks. On something like squash and zucchini and cucumbers and stuff, you really can't leave them in the tray that long. That was my fault because I didn't have that area ready to go yet because I was concentrating on these other high tunnels. And so they're a little bit stunted. But as you can see, look at this. I got a weed. Yeah, so these look really good. So I'm pretty happy on how this stuff looks here. So like I said, I've got another tray and a half sitting over there on day 5 of being acclimated to the weather. And then we'll get those dudes popped in the front there. And then we'll have another succession of squash and zucchini. And you guys understand, you know, we are market farmers here for all of you that are finding my video for the first time. So we sell all of our products here on the farm. We eat some of it, but we sell the majority of it. We probably sell 95% of what we grow. The baby tunnel, which is the old propagation tunnel, which I've turned into our family kind of style tunnel. These things have progressed really good. These, of course, cucumbers look really good, and it doesn't take long. Once they get established, they pretty much take off. A whole 35-foot row of jalapenos. And then we have all of our solid mix that is left. We are currently not growing solid mix to sell as of right now because I've got the bed spaces and all the high tunnels taken up with tomatoes and cucumbers. And that's because they're buying a lot of those. So I wanted to make sure I had a lot for the customer going forward. This is just what we have for ourselves here. And you got to mind the weeds. Don't look at the weeds. Yeah, so this is pretty much what we're harvesting for ourselves to eat as a family when we have friends over for dinner and stuff like that. They get the #1 best salad, and that's what we're growing here. So this tunnel's pretty short and sweet. Like I said, this was our old propagation tunnel, and then I never used it as a propagation tunnel. I used it as a junk warehouse for the farm, putting tools, frost blankets, stuff like that, which is totally fine. I was wasting that space, so I decided we'd just make a family tunnel out of it. We do a lot of homemade pickles and relishes and stuff like that, so just growing stuff in there that we're going to use. This is going to be considered tunnel #1. This is our determinate tomato tunnel. We do have some peppers in here, left over from the trays that I did not want to throw away. And then so I just kind of stuck them in a bed here just to kind of fill the space. But this is primarily our determinate tomato tunnel. We do have a row of indeterminates here and a couple rows back there. Like I said, I just filled the gaps. We only put in 100 determinate tomato plants in here. I think it's 100. So, and they are Jolene's, and they are looking amazing. The vigor on these Jolene's are just crazy cool. I love these things. Usually I'll do you can see a little tomato set there. Usually we do a BHN 589 is our hybrid greenhouse tomato. Last year we toyed around with half of Jolene's and then half of the BHN 589s. And so this year we went all in Jolene's because of the vigor of last year's plants and the fruit set of everything. So you may ask yourself, well, Tracy, it's past the July 4th now and you don't have any red tomatoes. That is true. That is my fault. Once again, if you've been watching our channel, you know we've been building multiple high tunnels here on the farm. It's been taking my time to get the dirt work done, waiting for a contractor. We waited 45 days for a contractor to get out here to do any dirt work for us at all. Once we got that done, then it took me about 30 days to build 2 20 by 100 high tunnels. And then it took me about a week to get the beds made, get everything going. It does take a lot when you are by yourself. So unfortunately, we are probably a month and a half behind of everyone else in this part of the state right now. So the good thing about that is they're going to run out of tomatoes and go to disease quick. We're still going to be rushing them out. So once again, like the customer that we are selling all of our product to, doesn't have no issues with that. They pick up the slack from other places, and then when we come on, then they predominantly buy from us, which makes it really good for us. Plus, it's the first year growing for them, so you kind of got get your feet wet and determine, okay, what's my succession planning? Where's my dates going back? So this year it's going to help. So we will be growing through the winter all of their salad mix predominantly, like we were earlier. But this time, instead of running out of salad mix, now I know how much they actually need. When you hear 300-400 pounds of salad mix, you think, oh, that's going to be no problem. One tunnel ought to handle it. Well, I'll tell you this right now. One 20 by 100 foot tunnel with 10 50-foot beds did not handle 300 pounds of solid mix for them in a month. So I'm going to have to go at least 2 or 3 tunnels full of solid mix getting through this fall too. But anyway, that's another video. But yeah, so everything looks really good here. I've got to come through. I've got clips. Once again, when you do this and you grow on multiple levels and multiple platforms in here, you kind of get stuck on what you already know. I had 100 I had one big tunnel, so I predominantly had 1,000 tomato clips. I had everything I needed for that one tunnel. And I thought, well, I'll just take 1,000 times 3, and that's 3,000 clips. That'll predominantly get me through. I ran out. I only got to trellis once, maybe twice on some of the items. So as you can see, this hot mess, I don't have any clips. I ran out of landscaping staples. I ordered 1,000 landscaping staples to do my trellising, and I ran out halfway through this last tomato row. So I had to order another box of landscaping staples, and then I had to order another 3,000 tomato clips. Actually, I'm sorry, not 3,000. I ordered 10,000 tomato clips. So that should get me through. That should get me through. That should get me through 10 to 12 trellisings on each one of these plants. I've got, I think, a little over 650 plants trellised, which are tomatoes and cucumbers. So I've got 650. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have almost 500 tomato plants trellised right now, and I have 100, 200, almost 300 cucumbers. So there's what, 900 plants on trellising right now. So I'm going to go through a ton of clips. But yeah, you can see all this is just all the extra stuff. You can see all the bell peppers that we're growing. Once again, we were growing for a farmer's market, and we didn't get in. We got in, but then somehow the ball got dropped on us and we got forgotten about, so we never got to go to the market. So everything we were growing, which was uh, these indeterminate tomatoes, which are Cherokee Purple, Brandywine, and German Johnson. I grew 300 plants of those three. I did 100 of each one of those plants. But we weren't selling them now because I needed the bulk. And if you know anything about tomato now, before you go leave me nasty comments that's saying, well, I've grown Cherokee Purple my whole life and I get a lot of tomato. Yes, I understand that. You can do that. My thing is that these Jolene's will pump anywhere from 10 to 12 to 15 pounds of tomatoes per plant. That's what I need. I need bulk red tomatoes is what everybody buys here in my part of the state. Everybody wants a red tomato. Yes, they'll eat a black tomato every once in a while, but I find it's very hard to sell heirloom tomatoes here where I'm at because nobody wants that. They want a red tomato that they're used to looking at. So we predominantly grow more of those red tomatoes because we sell to the public. If the customers want red tomatoes, I sell red tomatoes. Why would I sell Cherokee Purple? Why would I sell 650 plants of Cherokee Purple if I can't sell Cherokee Purple, correct? That's how this market farming works. I think it gets confused a little bit with market farming, backyard gardening, Instagram gardening, all that stuff. It's like, well, I've sold, yes, I understand. I could probably sell a little bit of Cherokee Purple, a little bit of German Johnson. They were going to be for the farmers markets, predominantly for those people that wanted a big heirloom, didn't care that they were cat faced, didn't care that they were, looked a little weird, all that stuff. But when you grow for a commercial customer that is buying everything in bulk, you have to grow what they want. If they want a 7 to 10 ounce red tomato, you grow a 7 to 10 ounce red tomato. That's how this works. But so instead of throwing all of the indeterminate tomatoes away and the extra cucumbers, I had this spot of the house open. So what I did was I chose to keep the cucumbers because they are Nokia, which is a Japanese cucumber, like an English cucumber. They sell very well here. So I chose to keep what we had and did a 50-foot row of those. And then I did another 50-foot row of Cherokee Purple. And then I just backfilled with a little bit of peppers because the peppers we aren't selling. The peppers are for us. So we don't need 300 jalapeno plants, 100 habaneros. We don't need that. So I scaled it down to, I think I put 25 habaneros in here, 25 jalapenos, 25 bell peppers, and 25 cayenne. That's why I started. That gives me 100 plants. So I could put that into 2 or 3 50-foot beds very easily and get stuff growing. So you can see like these are red rockets from Johnny's. These are starting to turn red. These are a hot cayenne pepper. So yeah, they're starting to turn now, so which is good because when we do our hot pickles and we sell our hot pickles, this is the peppers that I put in it. I put cayennes, habaneros, jalapenos, and maybe a Carolina Reaper or two in there, depending on it. I like my pickles hot, and so yeah. So plus I like the visual effect of each one of those hot peppers that everybody knows and recognizes. So let's step into tunnel number 2. Tunnel number 2 is predominantly all cherry tomato tunnel. I don't have a door. I've got plastic right here. That's why you see me stepping over it. I will get doors made. I have just not got that far right now. So as you can see, the cherry tomatoes are starting to turn. We are starting to pick some for our use here. It's when these things start to turn, you do notice that we get, we probably get 2 or 3 dozen cherry tomatoes every day or every other day. You can see the clusters. They look great. You can see these are black cherry, and the black cherries have just now started to pop here. But you can see our large reds. They are starting to succession all of the plantings. They are starting to build their trellis of 6-packs or 12-packs. So which is good. Like I said, we're about a month behind, a month and a half behind in each one of these tunnels because of us building these tunnels from scratch. So everything's a little bit down from everyone else, but that's okay. Like I said, once again, I keep saying it, but I just want to make sure, iterate, and people understand we're not going to farmers markets, so it's not hurting us right now. We are selling to one customer, which is cool with what we're doing. So next year, when we start this again, I know now these tunnels will be built, everything will be established. Then I can start getting these things in the ground in March like they're supposed to be instead of the last of May. We will be right where we need to be and we'll be able to sell more. But yeah, so this tunnel looks really good. I'm really happy with the way this has turned out. Everything is great. Like I said, we've got the trellising in here. We've got our overhead irrigation, even though we're not using it for this specific vegetable right now, but we will be when we turn this into a lettuce house this fall. But yeah, so everything looks good in here. The only difference in this tunnel is I use tomahawks in this tunnel, and then I use roller hooks in the other one. The only reason is because I was filling 300-foot tunnels with tomahawks, which roller hooks are a lot more expensive than tomahawks. So I went with the tomahawks to try it. It's a little cheaper, probably about a third of the price. And since I had to buy 1,000 of these, I wanted to try it, and seems to be okay right now. Everything's set up. I seem to like it. It took a little bit for me to get used to difference of the roller hooks, the ease of the roller hooks versus this. But you know what? This is working for the cost. And what we're doing here when we start doing our crisscross applesauce in here, which is going to be this week because my clips will be here and I will be able to trellis these dudes down and do my crisscross applesauce. So let's get out of this tunnel. Let's head over to number 3, which is our cucumber tunnel. And then we'll check that out. We've been picking cucumbers for the last week and a half now. They have started to really pop. This Excelsior variety has really started to kick it in the butt. We have picked 60 pounds of cucumbers in 5 days. Once again, you know, we have 200 and some cucumbers in here. I think we have 100, 200. Yeah, we have 200 cucumber plants in here, and then another 100 something in that other tunnel there, and then spread around. So, but you guys can see we picked last night. But see, these are Excelsior. These are a very, very, very good cucumber. And you can say, you know, where they're kind of small. No, this is the size that you want. You actually want to pick these a little bit bigger than this. That's why some of these are still hanging. These are like going to be your mini cucumbers that you see at your big box stores. Like, see, like that one's a good one. I want to pick one that's anywhere from 6 to 8 inches. This one, of course, you need this. It's drooping because I don't have any more clips. And I've tried tying them up and letting them go up the string as much as I can. You notice they're already topped out. You can see those are topped out over there. So I need to get the clip so I can lower and lean these and start doing the crisscross applesauce. But yeah, so these have been pumping out. We pulled 30 some pounds off of this last night. We have 60 some pounds so far since Monday, and today is Sunday. So from Monday to Saturday, we've gotten 60 pounds of just this variety of cucumber. The Nokia, which is the longer, like English style cucumber, but they're from Japan. I kind of like them better than I do the English cucumbers. They've got a sweeter taste. They look almost the same. They just got a little sweeter taste to them. And they are starting to really come around. You can see my little friend there. Yeah. But yeah, they're starting to really pump out the blossoms right now. So once I get those clips, I can come in here and do the crisscross applesauce. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all of these suckers off of here so we train up 1 liter. I only want to do 1 liter because I have so much trellising to do. To do multiple liters, like some people do 2 liters or 3 liters, it would kill me in here to do, you know, 700-800 plants on multiple liters. So we just do 1 main stem going up. So I trim all of the suckers. They have suckers just like tomatoes do. And then see, here's a good example. See this right here? You've got the plant going up here, but then you've got this still putting fruit on. This is considered a sucker. So what you would do is you would take that off, even though it's got cucumbers on it, you would cut it off and throw it away. That way it pushes all of the energy into growing the main stem. That's what I want. So anyway, guys, I think this is going to be the end of the video. Like I said, it's just going to be kind of short and sweet. I just wanted to do a walk around. I'm going to try to do that every Sunday so you guys can kind of see the progression of how everything's working here and if there's any new projects that I'm working on. Oh, there is going to be I'll tell you that right now. You guys know that I've got that pad there for my fourth tunnel. We've got two more high tunnels to build. I've got a secret tunnel I can't tell you about till actually I do the video on it, because it's kind of cool, that we're going to put up front. And then this one here is going to be set. I had it built to do a 20 by 100, but when I had the dirt work done, it didn't get leveled. Unfortunately, the dirt work did not come out the way I intended it to, or the way I wanted it to. So I kind of just let the contractor go and moved on. The cool thing is my wife's boss is going to go on vacation. He owns a big cattle farm here not too far from us. And he's got a bobcat with a trencher and a couple buckets. He told me, he said, hey, I'm just going to bring the bobcat over. I'm going to dump the bobcat off for a couple weeks. That way you can trench all your water lines in and you can get your dirt work fixed, what you need to do. Hopefully 2 weeks will be enough. And then when I come back, he uses it on the farm to feed his cattle. So, which is cool to him. I know he does not watch the channel, but man, thank you very much, Dr. Bowles. I appreciate everything you've ever done for us, helping us out here on the farm when you can. But anyway, guys, I'm going to stop the video here. Once again, if you guys are interested in this type of content, please think about subscribing, at least like the channel, leave a comment below on anything you want to see me tackle this year, or any questions about anything you see in the videos. If you have any friends that are interested in gardening or just want to come hang out with us, make sure that you have them subscribe to us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And of course, YouTube is Kansas Garden Guy, because that's where you're following me now. Everything else on YouTube or on Instagram and Facebook is just Summer Pig Farms. And hopefully I'll talk to you guys there. I'll see you later. Bye.
Hi, Smokey. Hi, Smokey.